Hey sports fans, and welcome to Sports Talking with Cam. I'm your host Cameron Gooseby, and today I'll be talking about my last Super Wildcard Weekend prediction, and these two teams will be facing off. It will be the 11-5 Cleveland Browns going up against the 12-4 Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, first for the Browns, I would like to congratulate them. They made their first playoff appearance in 18 seasons. Let's give them a hand. Okay, whatever. Okay. Yeah, but in all seriousness, congratulations. They did their jobs this season, and now they're in the postseason. So there's gonna be some questions on how Baker Mayfield and how the Cleveland Browns are gonna play for the first time in 18 seasons they've been in the playoffs. So there's gonna be some questions. But offensively, they are ranked number 16 in the league. Baker Mayfield he's played really solid this year. People were saying that he makes too many commercials and needs to work on his game. Well, not anymore. Baker Mayfield has proven that he can be one of the best quarterbacks in the league one day. Now, unfortunately, his predecessor Johnny Manziel couldn't do it, but Baker Mayfield. He's for the first time in 18 years, the Cleveland Browns are in the playoffs. That shocks me. I wasn't saying they were gonna miss the playoffs this year, but I wasn't expecting this so soon out of Baker. But Baker Mayfield, I'm pretty proud of him this season. He actually did a pretty good job. He reads defenses at a really good rate. He can throw the deep ball down the field. He has some offensive weapons. Now, granted, they are missing Odell Beckham Jr., but they do have some, not replacement weapons, but they do have some insurance policy just to make up for OBJ. First, we got Nick Chubb. He's a power runner. He's very fast. He fights for extra yards. He does his job. He's almost like a Derrick Henry. Almost. But with Nick Chubb, it's hard to bring him down just due to his body alone. He's very similar to Derrick Henry. Now, I don't know what it is, but I think I'll almost take Derrick Henry. I would take Derrick Henry slightly over Nick Chubb. But in the long run, Nick Chubb and Derrick Henry, they will be, those two will be the cover, the cover running backs of this league. Like it's not even close. But next, we have Jarvis Landry. He makes amazing catches. He can burn you with just his sheer speed alone. And with Jarvis Landry, this man, it's hard to guard him in man coverage. It's hard to guard him in zone coverage. Like it's almost, I'm not saying it's impossible to stop him, but when he gets in the zone, when he's ready and he smells blood in the water, then it's pretty much game over for you because you really can't stop Jarvis Landry when he's in that mode. But next, on the defensive side of the ball, they are ranked 17th. They have, they've shown at times that they can be really good, and they've shown at times where they can be really bad. That with the times they're really bad, it's when they were up actually against the Steelers. Because one of these first game of the season when they were went up against the Steelers, like they got torched on the defensive side of the ball. And then another time when they were in that shootout with Lamar Jackson, they gave up over 40 points. So that's no good right there. But other than that, they do got some good pieces. They got Myles Garrett. He can stop the run, sack QB. He reads plays very well. But like I said with Myles Garrett, since he's he could be a total head case off the field. Because he really good football player, but head case off the field. And then next thing you know, also with Myles Garrett, he famously, well, I'm not even gonna laugh at it, but famously he literally ripped off the backup QB's helmet last year. That was bad. That was bad. He embarrassed himself on Thursday Night Football. But other than that, he's really good. He just needs to just stay out of trouble and just not let his anger get the best of him. And then next we have Andrew Sendejo. He provides solid coverage. He's not elite by any means, but he provides solid coverage. He doesn't allow a lot of completions his way, and he just tries to he tries his best just to just to stop the deep threats that are coming down to him down the field, and that's what a safety is supposed to do. Next, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers. They are ranked 25th on the offensive side of the ball. They have an aging but still effective Ben Roethlisberger. He's very crafty. He's hard to sack because of his size. And when I mean by hard to sack, he is 250 pounds. Now, I know a lineman can knock him down, a lineman and a pretty big linebacker can knock him down. But I almost have doubts when a safety or a defensive back is trying to bring him down, because he is big. Like, being 250 pounds as a quarterback, that's a pretty good advantage, because you are almost, I'm not saying immune, but you are almost, you have a bit of a barrier with that 250 pounds when it comes to like DB blitzes and free safety blitzes and those type of blitzes. So he does have an advantage over there. But to talk about his career for 1 second, I think he's one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play. I'm not saying he's in the top 10, but say if he wins the Super Bowl this year again, which I'm not saying is unlikely, but he's gonna have to go through some teams this year. But say if he wins the Super Bowl this year, I could definitely put him in the top. I could put him in the top 10 in as far as like quarterbacks of all time, because he already has 2 rings. If he gets 3, I wouldn't mind putting him in the top 10. I think he's definitely proven he's Hall of Fame worthy, but he hasn't proven he's top 10 worthy in my mind. But next, we have Juju Smith-Schuster. He wins one-on-one coverage with just his speed and with his leaping ability. Like, it's ridiculous. Juju Smith-Schuster, along with Chase Claypool, they are deep threats down the field. Like I said, for both of them, they can win that one-on-one coverage. And mind you, they both have great leaping ability, good speed, and these are some really valuable weapons for Ben Roethlisberger. Next, you have the Steelers. For the Steelers, they are number 3 in defense, and their defense has been really good this season, really good. Now, although they lost 4 out of their last 5, and they started off 11-0, although they lost 4 out of their last 5, that defense is still proving that they can still, play at a very elite level, even despite a 4-game losing streak. But 2 notable players I like to point out: Cameron Hayward and Minkah Fitzpatrick. With Hayward, he gets sacks, he applies pressure, and he reads any offense well. Like, who is responsible for this sack? Cameron Hayward. Who is responsible for this tackle for loss? Cameron Hayward. He is actually that type of lineman who reads really well, and he's coming off the end. So it's a very important position on the football field, and with that, he excels at it. But next, we have Minkah Fitzpatrick. He brings turnovers to the defense. He reads where the quarterback is going to throw the ball to, and he's very intelligent. He gets interceptions. He forces incompletions. He does what he has to do in order to keep other deep threats from coming down the field. He's really good. He can be I think he could be all-pro next season if no injuries happen. And if he just shows more improvement, I think he could be all-pro next season. Heck, I can even put him at the AFC Defensive Player of the Year. I can almost put him at that type of level. He's that damn good. But other than that, my final score prediction, as a matter of fact, I'm going to go with the Steelers, but they're going to only win by a field goal. And here's why. The Cleveland Browns have a kicker with this name of Cody Parkey. And 2 years ago, Cody Parkey cost the Chicago Bears with a terrible double doink. Now, mind you, I know the kick was blocked, but with Cody Parkey, he's been known to screw up in big time moments. And I don't know if he's going to play very good in the playoffs again. Because although he went 3 for 3 before the double doink happened, there was always this nervous anticipation, like, oh God, I hope he doesn't miss it. I hope he doesn't miss it. So with Cody Parkey, he needs to play really well. But in my mind, they're gonna only win by a field goal because I think Cody Parkey, he might miss a last-second field goal, and that's what's going to cost the Cleveland Browns their season once again. And by the final score, it's going to be 27-24. I think the Steelers defense, they might get a pick six, or not a pick six, but they might get an interception return, not for a touchdown, but like a big return, and they might score a touchdown after that. So that's the only reason why I'm going to give the Steelers the advantage here. And they're also playing at home. When you're playing at your stadium and you're playing at your field, you feel like you're at an advantage. When you play, well, not as a football player, but you feel more comfortable than you play away. So that's why I got the Steelers in this one. But if you guys like this video, I'd like for you guys to leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And I will see you guys later.